So we're now in public session. So the first item on the agenda is petition 4518. It is recommended that we correspond with the National Disability Authority requesting their observations on both the petition and the responses received, communicate what action has been agreed with the petitioner. Is that agreed? Agreed. Thank you. Petition 1919. It is proposed that we forward a copy of the response from the Department of Justice and Equality to the petitioner and close the petition. Is that agreed? Agreed. Thank you. Petition 2119. It is proposed that we would keep the petition open, but that we would refer it to the appropriate committee for their consideration. Is that agreed? Agreed. Thank you. Petition 2919. It is proposed again that we would keep this petition open, but in doing so that we would refer it to the Committee on Foreign Affairs, Trade and Defence with your agreement. Is that agreed?
I think that would be, just very quickly, Chair, in view of the fact that we do seem to have an issue with the number of people maybe leaving the Defence Force, whatever, that this certainly should be kept open and discussed further. And maybe that it would be a way of enticing people back in if that was extended. So I agree with what members are stating here.
Thank you, Deputy Murphy. Senator Buttimer.
Yeah, could I just concur with Deputy Murphy Cathaoirleach and first of all agreeing with him and his sentiment in terms of the age, that there is not one age limit. And I do think there's merit in what the petitioner is looking at in terms of trying to keep the age profile open. And I would also concur with you, Cathaoirleach, that it is important that the committee, that is the Line Committee, would look at the issue and would come back to us. In particular, if you look at the issue of the the joining age for the Guards is 34, the Defence Reserves is 35, and I think the whole issue around health, fitness, well-being, are all parts. So I think age shouldn't be a barrier. We got rid of the height factor in the Garda Síochána. I don't see why we should have an age barrier in terms of here as well in joining. So I would hope that we would see the petition escalated to the next committee.
Thank you, Senator Buttimer. That is agreed that we will keep the petition open. Thank you. So petition 3119, it is proposed that we forward a copy of the response from the Department of Defence to the petitioner and close the petition. Is that agreed?
That's agreed, yes.
Agreed. Thank you very much. Petition 3219, this petition, it is proposed that we would forward a copy of the response from the Department of Health to the petitioner and close the petition. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you. In respect of 3319, it is proposed that we would forward a copy of the response from the Department of Communications, Climate Action and Environment to the petitioner and close the petition. Is that agreed?
Could I just comment, if I may?
Please, Senator Buttimer.
Thank you. I just think as we're moving towards, or trying to move towards a paperless society, I think there's merit in the issue of the receipts not being given. I understand that for some business people they may need to have a receipt kept for transactions, but I think there has been a movement by shops now and petrol stations and other outlets to ask, do you want a receipt? And invariably many of us don't take receipts because it's surplus to what we need. But I think the principle is that we should encourage the department, Cathaoirleach, and perhaps there might be merit, and I should have said earlier, apologies, in maybe referring this to the committee, the Line Committee as well, in how we can, support measures that will serve to reduce the use of paper and also be able to, reduce the issue of litter. So I think there's merit in maybe.
Okay, there is a proposal by Senator Buttimer to refer to the Line Committee.
I apologise, I didn't say it in private. I didn't actually.
That's no problem. And that's a formal proposal by yourself?
If you think it's merit, I'm happy to.
I'll be guided by the members.
I'm happy to have.
And I see Deputy Buckley is nodding his assent.
It's a very, very valid point, Chair, for the basis of proof and stuff. So I do think that, I would agree with it.
And I do apologise, Cathaoirleach, I should have said it in private session. I just didn't tune into that one properly at the time. I missed it, so my apologies.
Not at all, Senator Buttimer. It is proposed that it would be referred to the Line Committee for further consideration and it be kept open. That is agreed. Agreed. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have petition 3719. It is proposed that we forward a copy of the response from the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade to the petitioner and deem the petition inadmissible as per standing orders of the committee. Is that agreed? Agreed. Deputy.
On the record, just say that I am disappointed that, it didn't go into the Dáil or the Shannon, but I do respect the rules of the committee and so on and so forth. So look, you have to go with it.
I think, just in response to that, I think one has empathy and sympathy
Absolutely.
for perhaps, the
Yeah,
circumstances.
unfortunately, we all have democratic rules and regulations, so it has to be acknowledged.
Indeed.
So thank you, Chair.
So it is agreed. So the petition, then 4319, it is proposed that we would forward a copy of the response from the Department of Transport, Tourism and Sport to the petitioner and close the petition. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
That's agreed.
Chair,
Thank
can I
you.
just say,
Please.
as well, just
Deputy Buckley, yes.
to thank Cork County Council that they are actually progressing it and they are actually preparing some traffic calming measures. So I just hope that they will be successful in getting government funding in 2020 for it.
Well, and just
You know what I mean?
to concur with Deputy Buckley on this one, it is a route of national significance.
Absolutely.
It's a
R630.
main route for, that ensures security of supply
Absolutely.
of energy sources. So I think this is something that we'll be watching very closely. And
We may have to revisit it, Chair.
and it may be the case that it's an issue that may have to be revisited by the petitioner at some date during the future. Okay, but it is agreed that we close the petition. Thank you very much. So I now propose that we adjourn today's meeting until Wednesday, the 23rd of October at 1:30 p.m. Is that agreed? Agreed. That's agreed. So the question is that the committee now adjourn until Wednesday, 23rd of October. That is formally agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed, thank you. And the committee is adjourned until Wednesday, 23rd of October.
Apologies, I should say that. Apologies.
I want to thank the members of the Secretariat for the haste in which we've expedited matters today.